Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be recreating a popcorn stand from RollerCoaster Tycoon in Parkitect. So I saw some examples on the Reddit of someone making the information booth, so I decided to do my own version in Parkitect. So I did 4 stalls in the my last play session. So I did the popcorn stand first, and so this is where I need to figure out how to kind of take the design and implement it to Parkitect standard, because the standards between Parkitect and RCT are different in its scaling and isomorphic view. So this was somewhat of a bit of a challenge to figure out. To match the colors to my build and the original one, I took a picture from, I think, the wiki of the popcorn stand, and I basically copied the colors using paint.net and then copied that hex code into Parkitect, and then I have the colors pretty close to the actual original picture or model, even though most of RCT is sprites anyway. But in Parkitect it's a little different because it's all 3D modeling. So right now I'm trying out some different ways of building the stall. The black squares you see there are not going to stay, those are going to disappear. I was trying to figure out maybe I should cover up the employee, but that didn't really turn out that way. What's different with Parkitect is that you can build beyond the grid, and the stalls from RCT are actually smaller than a grid placement, so that was also the difficult part too. So there was some challenges in that, and that was the fun part. Actually, was the challenge of making these look like their original counterparts, but then with a little bit of a Parkitect style to it, because that's kind of also what I'm aiming for in a way. And also I made sure that this stall actually had an opening in the back, so that if you were actually going to download for this, like for a blueprint, and use it in a gameplay, there's still a door behind to use it as a normal stall. So that's also what I kept in mind as well. Most of the build is made of shapes and some roofing, so it's like not real. I don't know if that makes sense. Some of the details I saw on the sprite, because the sprite doesn't really show you that much detail, it's very limited. So I had to use my imagination a little bit. So I know that the side of the wall of the stall had like it's like made of wood. So I'm going to do some like wood slats on the side. The little awning in front changed to a medieval roofing piece from the medieval set, because that was a little bit more better. But also because of Parkitect's piece sizes, some of the details on that original stall I had to remove because of, well, I couldn't get it that small. The awning on the popcorn stall was like a striped awning, yellow and white. I scrapped that, made it just basic yellow awning. That actually worked out better in this case. Here I'm doing the little wooden slats on the side, and then a simple door, starting to look like the actual stall. Now, when it came to doing the popcorn bucket on top, there was 2 ways I could have gone with this, because in the game it's actually diagonal and the popcorn's kind of spilling out of it. In this it doesn't work because Parkitect only is set to 90-degree angles. So I either had to have the bucket facing straight up where the popcorn's just in it, or I have it tipped over and it's pouring over the front of it. So I went with a tipped over, because that would kind of simulates more of actually what the original looks like, and that actually was perfect because that actually turned out really well on that end. Building the popcorn part was I'm just making cylinders. It wasn't really like that crazy. Right here is the little, like, it's like a hooped, I don't know, like a wavy looking awning. So that was all made out of just cylinders, not cylinders, those are discs. I'll call them discs because they're easier to say that. Discs that actually worked out because it looks like popcorn a little bit. And then I did the popcorn bucket next. Now the popcorn bucket was a little easy. Well, not easy. It was a little bit thinking outside the box. So I did the tipped over straight in the center, and then I knew I needed stripes. So the stripes were made of smaller cylinders painted red. Most of the colors here do match the original counterpart. That's what I tried to do. So looks like somewhat of a popcorn bucket a little bit. I'm planning on doing more of these little videos. I like this idea of doing little series on implementing or copying, not copying, it's more like inspiration builds of RollerCoaster Tycoon, because Parkitect pulls so much from it. And I think it's cute that you can pull it off and it actually works really well. So I want to do some more of these little videos interspersed with my bigger build videos. So this is kind of a small little project I did, and I think this looks really cool. So I'm going to leave you here and watch me finish the popcorn bucket. The popcorn bucket, yeah. And the popcorn bucket will be on the workshop. So see you guys later.